Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just feel it's important I share this part of my life as well. So today we are going to be talking about motherhood, how I balance it. As you all know, I work as an external auditor. I know that it's something that people consider when they want to relocate and thinking about and saying, oh, how will you cope? How, like, you know, in a country where you have your career and you have kids, especially, how are you going to cope? So today I'm going to be sharing some of the things I do that works for me. Of course, there are challenges, some of the challenges I've faced and how I've been able to navigate it. If this is something that interests you and you want to know more about, grab your drink, grab your popcorn, sit down, relax and keep watching. All right, welcome back guys. It's very important I start from the very beginning. I started this career over 10 years ago in 2013, March 3rd to be precise. Is it March 3rd or 4th? I think March 4th. I got a job with one of the big accounting firms or audit firms in Nigeria then, and I started working there. That job eventually landed me the career I have in Australia at the moment. But I started there as not married. I got my job in March. I think I did my intro. I was actually planning to get married. I did my intro in January. My intro was maybe 29th or 15th of January that year, that same year of 2013. And then I got the job in March and eventually got married in August. So I gave that background so that you can know that I started this job not married, with this same career path, being an auditor. I got married. I had my first son. I became a qualified chartered accountant. I did my ACCA exams and I passed by the special grace of Almighty God. After passing ACCA, I think the month after or 2 months after, I had my second daughter, Firisayomi. So it's been a journey, and like I feel like I've grown and accepted these responsibilities over time. So that's what I would say. So my career has, and sometimes, to be very honest, some of the challenges I face is, I know there was a point in time, now I don't really care, but there was a point in time where I used to like, oh God, if I didn't get married immediately I was starting my career, maybe I would have moved faster. There are times I beat myself up, you know, just sitting down there, having these kids really slowed down my career. And it hasn't slowed down my career, it's just, maybe sometimes I'm just looking for where to pin excuses. But then again, in a way, I feel like I could have done better with my career journey, you know what I mean? So I started this job. Before I knew anything, I was pregnant. And in Nigeria, you're meant to be qualified within 3 years of joining the firm, I think. So you're meant to be qualified. So there were times where, God, it was a struggle passing my ACCA exams. People that know me and knew my journey, if I see clips, I'm going to hide it. I remember backing Tofumi, sleepless nights, you know, backing a baby, sitting down, reading for my ACCA exams. And the way my ACCA worked, I was lucky and God's grace came through for me. But then again, there was a big halt at some point. So I started writing. I think I had 7 papers to write altogether. I did my master's in the UK, my master's in accounting and financial management. So I had a lot of exemption. But I still had 7 papers to go. At that time, I don't know, the syllabus has changed. At that time, I had 2 F papers and 5 Ps to write. I wrote my 2 Fs. I passed. I did not, like, no receipt, nothing. I was so happy. I wrote my last, my first 3 papers. I think P1, P2, P3. I passed. No issues. I was so excited. Even though sometimes I was writing it 1 paper is it per, what did they call it? Per diets. Yes, that's what it's called. Sometimes I'll just write 1 paper per diet. I did not used to do more than myself. My girlfriends then, I had like my clique of friends. They were writing 2, 3 papers. But you know, they were single. And that's what I'm saying about motherhood and how it impacted my career. So they were single. They would write 2 papers, 3 papers. Like those girls would smash it. Like, but I could not do it. So I was going 1 paper per diet, 2 paper per diet. Like whatever I just feel like I can manage or cope with. So I did my exams that way, and then eventually I did my last 2 papers and I failed. But you know, for someone who I've been fasting, like I will write this one, I will smash it. I will write this one, I will smash it. Even like whenever I write, my mom will like, don't put stress on yourself, whatever it is, we'll love you. And that's how my parents, they've been all through to all of us. Like my parents have never been the one to say you must pass or you must, like, no, they've supported us, whatever. Because, and I really, like, if there's one thing I really appreciate about my parents, is never forcing us to say you must pass. You know, there are times my dad has played some jokes like, you are second year class, what of the first? The person have to like very random, but overall my parents have always been supportive of whatever outcome of your results. So when I was doing ACCA, my mom in particular, like, don't stress yourself, especially when I was pregnant, because I did my first exam pregnant with Jesu for me. I was pregnant, and like I remember I used to follow my husband. God, it's just a journey. I'll follow my husband to his office then to go and read, because I know that if I stay back at home, I was heavily pregnant, I will sleep. Even all my ACCA exams, I actually did them pregnant. Anyway, so that's beside the point. So I did my exams then, and I failed these last 2 papers. And my girlfriends I was talking about, they passed. I cried. It felt like somebody died. And I actually, this story now is funny now, and like, definitely it is water under the bridge. And I remember when they even passed, I was happy for them that morning. I didn't even really feel it, that I felt it, but maybe not really. I went to work. On a normal day, maybe I should have even called in sick to have time, like to have some time to process what has just happened. But the results, it came out in the morning, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't pass. My girlfriend passed. I was happy, you know. I went into the office. I was in a client office, and one of those, like my girlfriends, were 3 of us. One of them now posted like, oh God, thank you, Jesus. I passed without ever, without receipts, without anything. Like, that kind of, I can't even remember what it is. But anyway, she posted that, and it was never with a bad intention when she did. Of course, she was happy. Looking back now, I could have even posted if it was me, like, you know. But it got to me so bad, like, my friend is qualified, and now see what she's posting. I wept. So, like, those are the moments where, and why did I say this? So those are the moments I really look at it, that, if I was single now, see, she does not have any child, she's not pregnant, she had the time to focus. Whereas me, I went to go and marry. I went to go and be having kids. So those are the moments, like things like that made me really reflect that, did I make the right decision about when I got married, about when I had my babies. And you know, it's just been a lot, but that's one very example that stands out, you know, for me as a person. So I've been able to manage, and it's just been God, and God has been so faithful. I came to Australia, you know, without help and everything, and my career has never suffered. I will not lie, like, except I want to just pin unnecessary excuse on my family. My career have never suffered. If I've been doing the same thing for 10 years, I feel like, and luckily for me, I've been working with the same firm. The methodology in Nigeria, in my firm, and the methodology in Australia is the same. So I feel like it has helped me transition from moving to Nigeria to Australia very well. I'm not coming here learning a new methodology altogether. So it's the same methodology. So it helped me settle in well. The important thing I was learning when I got into Australia was now how to manage people. Is like, that's the key thing. I was learning communication skills, how to manage people. There were just a few things we don't do in Nigeria that is done here. Like, I don't want to use the office terminologies, but if you know what I mean. So there are just a few things that we don't do. Controls, especially. The level of controls that you see here is more than what you see in Nigeria. So those are the little things I needed to play catch up on. And to the glory of God, it was a smooth transition. God has been faithful. I can't explain to you how I've enjoyed God's favor in this whole journey. But yeah, it's just one day I'm going to tell you guys the story. But that has been my journey as an auditor. Having said all that, let's see how I've been able to balance my career and motherhood. The very first thing that has helped me, the biggest tip I have, is my husband. Oh Jesus, what will I do without that man? But then you must not see this video. My husband is amazing. I feel like my husband is the reason why I've been able to record success in my career, to be honest. Because one, my husband is an accountant, he's a chartered accountant as well. So he kind of understands the industry I'm working in, he understands the commitment. Because this work, it takes a whole lot of commitment. Case in point, this last week that just ended, for 3 days, I did not wake up to pack my kids' school lunch or anything, because I was sleeping maybe 3 a.m., 4 a.m. because I had accounts to sign this week. You know what I mean? But my husband, he would wake up, take care of the kids, pack their lunch bag. Like, I didn't need to. They didn't feel my absence. They might, but they did not complain. He never complained. Even on Friday, I remember they had gone to school before I woke up, and he called me and said, "Hey, Dammie, hope you're awake." I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just waking up, and I started rushing out. You know what I mean? So he would still make sure that I don't sleep off, or he's never doing it out of spite. He just understands that this is just a point in time, and things will balance up, and I'll pick up my responsibilities back. And again, it's both of us, like taking care of these kids is our joint responsibility. But he's not a man that says, oh, a man cannot do this, a man cannot. If I'm not available, even when I'm available and he sees that my strength fails me to even just pick up certain responsibilities in the house, he would do it without, maybe with mama once in a while. Sometimes you're like, maybe you're always tired, but I am, sincerely, I'm always tired. That's just the truth. I'm always tired. Yeah, that's the number one thing. My husband is very understanding, is very supportive. He will pick up things, do it. I feel like that's the biggest support I have, because without my husband is very homely. Like, there is no house chores my husband cannot do. There is no cooking my husband cannot do. The other tip I have is planning. Like, I try to plan as much as possible. Not like I don't have a schedule that I just tick. I don't have a routine that is permanent, but there are just certain things that I know that works for me. My weekends, I try to maximize it, spend time with my family, spend time with the kids. During the week, most times, to be honest, my husband does school drop-offs. I think this last few terms, my husband has been doing drop-offs. I don't do school drop-off. And he does school pick-up for 4 days. No, per fortnight. So in a fortnight, we have 10 days, right? My husband does school pick up 9 days in a fortnight. So I pick up my kids just twice in a month. And that's the way, from school, twice a month. That's when I pick up my kids. So he spends most time with them during the week. Dropping them off, picking them up. He spends most time with them. But during the weekend, I will take on that responsibility. I spend more time with them. I take them for, so Saturday, I almost say we don't have a routine, but we have a routine. Maybe it's not just laid out. So the way we spend our Saturday is, in the morning, we'll wake up, go to the library, and this is very recently, this is what has been playing out. We'll wake up, go to the library, we'll first do house chores, depending on who has power. My husband most times starts the house chores on Saturday, and whoever has the strength to join him, we'll all join him, we'll clean the house and do as much as we can. On days I'm really exhausted, I'm not gonna do nothing. Like this morning, I woke up tired, and it was even almost done by the time I woke up, but I'm like, that guy is the realest MVP, people. Please don't watch this video. I don't want his head to be swelling. We'll do house chores. After house chores, we'll go to the library, either pick up books or drop off books on days we need to. And then from there, we'll go for piano lessons. After piano lessons, is either we go shopping or we go maybe hang out. There are just different things we attend to after shopping, after piano lessons. But on days we don't go for shopping or we don't have any planned outing with friends or anyone, we would come back and I will cook. And those are my best days that I come back and cook. And I've already told you guys how I meal prep. I cook for the week. Once I cook jollof rice, one swallow of soup, and maybe fried stew or so soup, anything. Once I cook about those three things, stew, soup, and jollof rice, we are good for the week. My husband can sort himself out during the week. If he start of jollof rice, or he will make white rice. Sometimes if he start, he will make beans. He will just, he will take care of himself. So food wise, I'm very, very free. Like, that's how we've made things work in our family dynamics. And then again, another tip is, I don't live by the rules. See, there was a time my big mommy, may her soul rest in perfect peace, my big mommy made a rule for us that we must never leave plates in the sink. I promise you, I really wanted to even live by this to the T, because I just love my big mommy so much. I usually don't like plates in the sink overnight, but sometimes my strength just feels, sincerely, if you can, I feel it's the right thing to do. Because even leaving plates in the sink is when you start having roaches and all this, hands, all these unnecessary things. But sometimes my strength fails me. There are people who say that they cannot leave their house without laying their bed. Me, if I even late, maybe I'm just in a good mood. Do you understand? So like, I just allow myself to be human, to do what my strength can do. I don't overdo things. Like, I don't set rules and start ticking. I just feel like it will drain me and I'll get exhausted with life itself. So that's one thing. I don't live by the rules. I'm a very flexible person. Even with my kids, very flexible. We'll see what works and we'll take it from there. That's another thing that works for us. And then another thing is, I don't do impromptu visits or I don't accept impromptu visitation as well. Because you've already planned out your week, and then somebody just calls you within 6 hours, like, Dammie, no. It's like I've learned to say no. There were times I didn't know how to say no, and I was just a mess. Like, I would go into Monday and feel like I didn't even have any 2 days in between. I was overcommitting to people, and it affected my own personal life. So now I know better. I know when to say no. Of course, if it's very convenient, why not? But I try as much as possible to spend, if not 2 or 3 hours by myself on a weekend, just sitting on that couch, either watching TV or even scrolling through TikTok. That is my time. Just sitting down alone and just scrolling my phone is my time. And at this point in time, I don't think I want anything to take that from me. It's what I want. It works for me. My brain is relaxed. Like, I'm just scrolling TikTok without, thinking of any problem or anything. And sometimes I rest. My Sunday afternoon nap is very precious to me. On days I'm able to, some days I'm not, especially days that maybe, for instance, this particular Saturday we went for Nigeria events, right? By tomorrow I need to cook. I didn't cook today. So the possibility or the chances that I'll be able to have a nap tomorrow is very slim. But bear in mind, today I woke up I don't know, I think I woke up early in between, pressed my phone, slept. But then, I slept well, I would say. And I like the fact that I'm an auditor. It gives me time. I'm able to, it's flexible for me because thanks to, COVID, I'm able to work from home. I have my time to myself. I can manage things, and I'm an auditor by the special, I say I'm an auditor. I'm currently a manager as well. So I don't always have to be on field. Like, my job, my role, even when people are asking, you've been doing this job for the past 10 years, are you not tired? Don't you want to do something else? To be honest, I will say that the time flexibility I have as well with this job is what has made me stay till now. It's very flexible. I'm able to fit my schedule around my children's commitments. School holiday just ended, and school holiday in Australia is very different from every other country. They'll be taking school holiday every, I think, three months. They'll take 2 weeks break. So they took 2 weeks break now, this last 2 weeks or so, and cost of vacation care is very expensive. I think it was $85 per day per child in a day. If 2 of them, they went for about 3 days when I needed to go to the office, but per day $85. 2 of them, that's about $170 in a day for 2 of them. So it's quite expensive. But with my job, I'm able to manage my time. I just looked at, okay, they are on school break for 10 days. I don't want them to go for more than 3 days. What are the days I can work from home, and what are the days I can go into the office? So I just manage all my meetings to those days I wanted them to go for vacation care, and the other days I worked from home. And like, they are very matured, they can prep their things themselves. They don't need, but I just need to be home because they are still a bit young and tender. So that's how we manage our commitments. We try as much as possible. We can spend so much time together. So those are the few things that have really, really worked for us. And definitely at this point, I'm looking forward to when they can stay home by themselves, when they don't need mommy and daddy, when they don't need mommy and daddy all the time. Really looking forward to it. And those days are very near. They are very, very near. And I can't wait to just start experiencing the liberty of leaving them at home and going to, do my own thing by myself. So that's that. Finally, what I would say is that if you have, like, you're working corporate like myself, I feel like you have to make a conscious effort to create that time, because you can easily say you don't have time. You can easily see it. I have one of my very close girlfriends. She's always messaging me like, "Dammie, it's only you that used to have time. Everybody will travel abroad, they say they don't get time. They're taking care of kids." It's just the way me I've planned my life and what I want for myself. I have time to call my loved ones. There are times I'm extremely busy. Let's not lie. There are times that I don't even have time for anybody. But just because I'm very social, like what did Angela call it this evening? He said you're very available social. There's one thing she said, I can't even remember, but because I'm a very social person, like I have my page, like my Instagram page, so I go there often. I reply messages as much as I can. I don't have the luxury, like now on TikTok I have over 150 unread messages. There's no way I'm going to go. I don't have that luxury of time, but I have time to just spend 5 minutes here. Maybe I'm just scrolling, I'm just 5 minutes, okay, respond to DMs and keep it moving. But going through over 150 DM, that's a lot. What I just need is that I know how to create time for what is important. My friends are important, my family members are important. I create time for them. And if you find yourself in a job role that is not maybe like corporate or audit or something outside of that. Also, just try to create time. Example is maybe you're in disability, or you are a nurse. This one too is very flexible, because you can actually take shifts that suit your kids schedule or your family schedule. You can manage things around. I feel like there's always a way. We don't have help, and me, I really like the fact that I don't have, even Nigeria, when I had to, for me actually I had help, but when I had Firisa on me, when I came back from the US, I just disengaged my help. I didn't use her anymore. I got another living nanny. It was not just working for me. Those people, I could not even trust them. So I'm someone that, back from Nigeria, I've always cared for my kids by myself with my husband. So coming here, settling here was a breeze for us, to be honest, because it was like we continued our normal life. The only thing we had was, we had someone who would come into the house on Saturday and clean for us, which we can still do here, but we have not felt the need to do it. So we still clean our house by ourselves in Australia. So those are the few things that really works for me. Your partner needs to be understanding. You cannot do it alone. This motherhood journey, you need a understanding man, and the man that is willing to also be involved. It's not like, I'm the man. This is not you have passed that age where a man will sit there in the sitting room and be reading newspaper. We have passed that age. All hands on deck, because it's not going to work. Else your career will actually now suffer. So you need your man to be involved. You need to be honest as well. Like, when you're tired, let him know you're tired. And when you cannot, don't overwork yourself, unless it will tell on you. That's why you see some people that say, they are now looking old, haggy, and unkept. You need time to take care of yourself. So always let your partner or your husband or the people around you know, I need help. Ask for help if you need it. Ask. Don't even go and be doing When I'm tired, everybody in this house, they know I'm tired. And when I have the strength, I go. Even my husband used to tell me, go and sit down, you have done enough. I can start arranging something that is not even scattered and start cleaning the house. You'll be like, it's okay, you have been cleaning since morning. So be very honest. Ask for help when you need help. Try to plan, check for routines, what works for you. Don't think that because everybody is doing it, I'm going to be, some people, they say they change their towel every 1 day, every 2 days. If they change their bedsheet, this bedsheet duvet that is hard to fix, I cannot be helping somebody to change every 1 week. It's good. Some of these things are good, but does it work for you? Do you have the time? Don't go and be doing follow and be putting yourself under pressure, and all the time you are rushing. My house is not always dirty, but I clean it when I can. I'm not letting nobody even look for me in this house. How many people enter this house to look for me? So please, that's just these are the few things that really worked for me. You guys, please, in the comment section, let's continue this discussion. If you're a working mom, or even if you're a stay-at-home mom, if there are any tips you think you can add, things that have worked for you, please share with us. I really want to learn as well. There are things I wish I could do better. I'm not perfect myself. I'm still a work in progress. But so far, I'm grateful for how I've been able to manage my motherhood commitment and my career. My career has not suffered, to the special grace of God. Even coming here, it has been an amazing journey. The testimony is, geez, God has been faithful. That's just where I'll stop here. Thanks, guys. Please continue the conversation in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please, this is the time to do so. Subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.